By the way, guys, this is not a Christmas special, but like her background right now is
Welcome to ABS-CBN's
yeah.
2025 Christmas
Christmas
ID.
side. Hey guys, welcome to oh my gosh, I forgot the title of my podcast. Wait, welcome to the Characters with Quincy. I'm excited. I took a month break, because I was dealing with a lot of things here at home, personal life, and other things like work. But we're finally back, and I'm so excited with this next episode. She's a very good friend of mine. But fun fact, we only met like 3 months ago. But we vibe. Love this girl. An amazing person. How did we meet again?
Tanari shoots.
Tanadi. Oh, shout out to Tanadi.
Shout out to Tanari.
Hi, Yana. I hope you're
Hi,
watching.
Hannah.
But yeah. But right after we met through that Tanadi shoot, it was an amazing encounter, and then we just kept in touch from there. So yeah, and recently I just found out. By the way, this whole podcast, um, before I introduce her to you guys, this whole podcast is gonna be about psychological stuff, psychoanalyzation. Maybe about me, maybe about her. I don't know. Could be either way,
Both.
both. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be more personal. It's gonna be a very personal episode for me. But without further ado, let's give a round of applause to Trixie. Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, but before anything else, how are you, Trixie?
I'm good. I'm good. November's been busy so far, but it's okay naman.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
what have you been doing for the
I mean,
past?
final season has been like crawling already. So we're like approaching the last 3 weeks of school already. So all our profs are starting to dump our last requirements and exams. And parang like everything's just coming all at once. And I'm so overstimulated, but it's okay. Like, parang after undas break lang nila, like, tinambak sa amin.
Oh wow, I don't miss college, guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm excited to get out.
You should be.
Yeah.
The reason why I invited Trixie here is because I recently found out that she's a psychology major, and I've been wanting to have a conversation with someone who is, who studies about the brain, because I don't want to be a judgmental person when it comes to my own brain. Like, I want an outside perspective with, a bit of background in psychology. So yeah, but one thing's for sure that I do want to ask you first, when it comes to this whole psychology thing is, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our audiences are very interested with this, is in generalization, like, how do you deal with problems? And I don't mean problems about other people, but with yourself first.
Like internal problems.
Yeah.
Like mental, emotional.
Yeah.
Um, in general, no. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone kasi has different coping mechanisms, of course. So it really depends. I would say it depends on the person. And it also depends on the problem because, like, I don't think it's just one kind of coping mechanism for, like, all your problems. Like, it really depends. Like, parang you associate one problem with this coping mechanism, and then you associate, like, problem B with coping mechanism B. It's like that for me. Like, it's not like just one coping mechanism that can, like, match or, like, branch out for, like, all your problems.
So,
So,
what are different coping
yeah.
mechanisms, would you say? Like the general ones.
The general ones, like, at the top of my head, obviously, like, seeing friends. Like, I mean, okay, in general, not me. Sorry, I was thinking about myself muna.
It's okay.
In general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going out, seeing friends, like being with family, even alone time as a coping mechanism, like stress eating. Like, those are like people's, like, at the top of their head. Like, that's their, like, go-to
Yeah.
coping mechanisms, and they actually work. It really just depends on the kind of problem nga. But yeah.
But since we're talking about coping mechanisms now, what's a coping mechanism that you would say it becomes unhealthy?
Ooh. Okay, guys. So
Unhealthy or toxic?
so real talk.
Yeah.
I consider, like, going out, partying, drinking as a coping mechanism. You know, like, like one night can help me like forget my problems,
Yeah.
But then the next morning when you wake up, you realize, oh, it was just a temporary coping mechanism. It didn't really solve your problem. It just helped you forget it
Forget
for
it.
like a few hours. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, so yeah, going out and like partying can be toxic and
Mm-hmm.
like funny coming from me because my friends know I go out all the time. So usually when I'm out, they're like, "Oh, what are you going through now?" I'm like, "Nothing, nothing. Like I'm just here for a good
Can it just
time."
yeah? Can it just be a good
Yeah, can
time?
I just go out like just to like dance with my friends? Like Kaya and I don't have problems right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it can become toxic. Like you just get tired from it. You get burnt out from it if it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
If it becomes regular, then yeah, I would say it can become toxic. But it's not just mine, but even my friends, it's also their coping mechanism.
Um, the reason why I'm asking about that is because if that's your coping mechanism, my coping mechanism in dealing problems is as a people pleaser. I try to make sure that I have a conversation with the person that has a problem with me or the people who have a problem with me, even if they tell me stop. Do you think that kind of coping mechanism is a healthy thing to do? Or is it more of just like, just get it out of the way, even if someone's gonna say something or gonna hurt you out of your action, would you say?
Mm, it can be both actually, but I'm leaning towards yes. I think it's healthy naman because for me, I'm also the kind of person like who likes facing things right away. Like, like solve your problem as soon as possible. Like, don't wait, don't delay, don't postpone it. Na. Like, you're just like prolonging the agony, the internal agony. So,
Yeah.
like, might as well just get over it. Yeah, there's that mindset of getting over things. But I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy that, like, in your case, like, you like addressing
Mm-hmm.
the issue right away. Because for me, I'm like, okay, now we're talking about attachment styles. Wait, sorry,
Okay.
but I have
Okay.
to bring in my attachment style to this conversation.
Okay.
But
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Go.
like,
Go.
overall, I'm avoidant attachment. Like,
Really?
yeah,
I'm okay. Now I'm interested because it's so hard to talk to you people. I'm just saying, the ones who are avoidant, please. Why? But go.
yeah, no, like I really like I was thinking about this for a long time, like what my attachment style is, and like I've come to the conclusion I am avoidant. I really hate like confronting. I hate confrontation in general. Like I hate
Mm.
like facing a person and like having to deal with my feelings. So I'm really avoidant. Like for me, I feel safer. Like I play it safe kasi, which is like it's not so good. It's not so
Mm.
positive. But I
Okay.
play it safe most of the time. So I think I have the mindset that it's better and no one will get hurt if I just keep things to myself and I just shut up and
Mm-hmm.
stay quiet and let everyone live their lives in peace and not confront anyone, and I'll just let the problem like boil down over time.
Mm.
So for me, since I'm avoidant, like my attachment style is avoidant, I see that as kind of negative, like leaning towards the negative side. I don't think it's healthy for me. So in connection with you, I think that it's healthy that you like facing your problems and you like address it immediately or whenever you can
Mm.
ASAP.
You know what's funny? Bigla ako nag-search. The four attachment styles.
Yeah, there's more.
There's four. No, now I know what if we're talking about attachment styles. The reason why I do it is because I get anxious. I don't do it because it like my first mindset is to fix. It's more of no. My first mindset is, oh, what is this person gonna say about me if I don't say anything at least, or etc. So the reason why the reason why I'm always confused with avoidance, like you yourself, you'd say an avoidant isn't what makes you think that not solving the problem right away is gonna make things better. Like, what's the whole like mindset or the process of thinking why you would rather just avoid the problem rather than at least addressing it. Because for me naman is the other way around is I address the problem even if it shouldn't be addressed right away because people take
Ah,
time. So for you
okay.
naman is you take so much time to address the problem that you just wait for it to fade away, something like that.
Yeah, or I think it's like I overthink about the possible outcomes. Like, let's say, like, if I try to address a problem or confront someone about something, like, I I like think about the future kasi, like future possible outcomes. So there could be possible outcome A, B, C. So it's like, what if with me not confronting a person or addressing a problem, what if it affects my relationship with that person? Because that's also the people pleaser in me. Like, like what if they see me differently in a negative way if I confront them and it affects our friendship or our relationship?
Mhm.
So I worry about the future.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, if I think that this confrontation is gonna affect our friendship, then maybe it's better to like just stay silent and have things stay the same as they've always been,
Hmm.
will be normal.
Hmm.
Because if I speak up, what if there'll be a distance or like a drift? And that's what I worry about a lot.
Mm. What was
So yeah, I very much think about the future.
okay? But what was the recent one you've experienced? You don't have to name names, but like the most recent one you've experienced, like not addressing a problem that I don't know if it turned out okay or.
Um, yeah, I guess like maybe in the past 3 months lang, like I've had a friend who parang okay, basically I didn't really agree with one of the decisions she made, and it kind of affected it also affected my relationship or friendship with another friend.
Mhm.
So obviously I took it personally. But then I was also thinking about like, oh no, if I confront her about it, what if she sees it as something bad that like, oh, like I'm trying to correct her or I'm trying to be her mother, ganon. So I was like, maybe it's better to like stay silent and stay quiet and like I won't tell her off anymore and I'll just let it boil down. I mean, okay, yeah, like as I predicted, it did boil down over time. Like we both just forgot about it. But yun nga, like, it's hard when other people get involved, when other people or other relationships get in the way and they also get damay.
Mhm.
That was like very recent. That was like maybe end of September.
But how's it now?
It's okay now. Like we're okay now. We're like still normal. See, as I predicted, as
Okay.
I predicted, I knew that we would be the same and normal if I didn't speak up or if I didn't say anything. So that's the avoidant attachment in me.
Mhm.
Like even if I see like the problem is so present, it's clearly there, sometimes or most of the time, yeah,
Mhm.
I really won't want to face it, also because I don't want to deal with like emotions. Like what if like the other side, the other party gets mad or they get frustrated with me?
Mhm.
Like, oh my gosh, like I would just like, I don't know what I would do if I like, for example, with this friend, if I confronted her, I feel like we wouldn't be so close anymore now, which is sad because we're like really close. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
What would you say is the attachment style that you don't get along the most?
Um, maybe like disorganized attachment.
Aren't they avoidance also? Like the fearful ones?
Yeah, pero it's like different pa
What's
rin.
the difference between like a fearful avoidant to an avoidant? Like the disorganized to an avoidant?
Um, because I think that like some people who are like the mga disorganized attachment, the reason why they're disorganized is because they're pa-iba-iba. They have different attachment styles. It changes over time. Sometimes they can be secure, sometimes they can be avoidant, sometimes they can be anxious. So it's like no one can really tell like how they'll approach something. It's really, most of the time it comes as a surprise. Like, oh, like you're like that pala. Like, didn't know that. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm disorganized attachment style. Parang ganon. Like, you really don't see it coming. Like, in terms of them, like the mga disorganized attachment people. So yeah, like sometimes they can be secure. Like, they show signs of like having secure attachment with someone.
But what's like what makes you not like they're the most, not.
Oh, okay. Because for me personally, I like it when I can predict
Oh wow.
things that happen. Like as long as I can make a prediction for something, for an event or for whatever, like I feel at peace or it makes me feel safe. Like, okay, like I think I know what's gonna happen. Like any circumstance, like I like it when it's like that. But if I don't know or if I don't have a clue at all on what's gonna happen, it's gonna make me anxious. Like if I don't expect like a certain, if I can't expect a certain attitude or behavior for someone, like yun nga yung mga disorganized attachment style people, like if you don't see it coming, it's like shucks, I don't know what to expect from you, like keep a distance for now maybe.
Wow. Okay. So you don't like the unpredictability.
Yes, I really, in general, like I really hate unpredictability.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So let's say for example anything that's spontaneous.
Um okay, because I used to be very spontaneous before. Like, like my mindset has always been for the plot, like do it for the plot. Like life is more fun with plot twists here and there, like with surprises. Yeah, like it was fun, but then parang I outgrew that mindset because it made me tired.
Okay.
It really made me so tired, like emotionally also. Like, getting surprises and like having the most unexpected things happen to me. Like it really made me so tired, like of expecting tapos it not happening or vice versa. And I don't know, it really drained all my energy. So parang I'm not like that anymore.
Okay. Well, in psychology, going to psychology though. Um since we're talking about avoidant and the anxious by the way, there's four guys. You could just search on it.
There's
Uh
four.
yeah. In your own opinion, how do you tackle each um attachment style, would you say? Let's say if you were to meet another avoidant, or you were to meet another anxious or disorganized, or this, I don't think you have to meet the secured one. I feel like they're the
Yeah.
fine ones.
Yeah.
But those three others, like how do you approach those three? Let's start with the anxious one, since that's me.
Mm, okay, kasi yung out of all three, not four, out of the three, the anxious ones are usually they're the ones who, diba, who confront. They like addressing things right away. They're very direct and straightforward because yun nga, they want to know things then right away, ganon. Um I feel like clash with me. I feel like it might be a clash with me because I'm avoidant. So like, syempre, if it's person A is avoidant and then person B, yeah, if person A is avoidant and then person B is anxious, they won't have the same approach on things. Actually, it's the opposite. So, like one person would want to confront another, but then the other one doesn't want to speak or say anything. Eh, syempre, that's hard. So I feel like yung kamatch mo is like the easiest bond or connection to form. Like I will like be the same as another, or no, I will agree with like another avoidant person. Or if you're anxious, like I feel like you would also agree or have the same sentiments and opinions with another anxious person.
Okay. But would you say even as an avoidant, you're still an overthinker? Would you say that?
Yes, definitely.
So how does that
Um
coincide?
well, speaking from experience, I think like since yun nga, I think about the future. Like I think about like possible outcomes, diba? Like it does make me overthink about the possible outcomes of
Okay.
what could happen. So if I'm like, okay, there it's either I do one thing or another thing. Okay, this one thing could lead to three outcomes. And then this other decision could lead to another three outcomes. And then I weigh all the pros and cons of all the six possible outcomes. Like, that's my overthinking
Holy
style. Like, I
shit.
really
Okay.
branch out. I'm like, okay, if outcome A happens, will it be better for me, better for the other person, or like whatever? Or if like possible outcome E, the sixth thing, like if that happens, like how will I feel about it? How will the other person feel about it? I feel like my way of thinking is very like divergent. like
Okay.
like I really
Fair.
that's how my brain works. Like I just like make mind maps that like root out or like branch out into different things. Like I can think about different things at the same time and then simultaneously I can like weigh all those outcomes and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do decision B because decision A has better outcomes for both parties or both sides. So I really think about the future outcomes and that's how I overthink. And yeah, like it's still possible to be an avoidant
Okay.
person,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
even with overthinking.
Thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. I like how you mentioned, especially a while ago, about how it has to be the opposite for it to not work.
Yeah.
Um, and for someone to understand, you need to have like the same attachment styles. Because I myself, when you said you're an avoidant, I'm like, ah, shit. I'm like, oh,
Opposites, opposites.
okay. I see what you mean. But also at the same time, one of the closest people in my life, which is my dad. You just saw him a while ago. He's an avoidant person, but he's one of my closest. And I think, I mean, if you would agree also is if there, let's say for example, if there was a problem that has to be handled, and especially you're an avoidant, you're the person that would rather not deal with the problem, and the anxious person would be more of the, can we do it now? Let's address it now. What has worked for you? Let's say for example, for example for us, or another friend of yours that's anxious, or a very anxious attached person, like what has been the best approach dealing that so far? Let's say, for example, your friend says to you, "Hey, can we address this now?" And then, as you mentioned, you're the type to be like, "Can we just do it later?" Like, I'd rather not now. Like, what is the best approach to like avoidance usually in handling a problem? This is another person's view, not
Yeah, yeah,
yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the only way is that either person is gonna have to adjust. Like, I think that's the only way. Like, it's either the avoidant person agrees with the confrontation or talking about their emotions, or like the other way is the anxious has to like, like kind of like
Ease
calm
into
down
it.
a bit,
Yeah.
like, kind of wait a bit also, like maybe respect the other person's like time and like parang like everyone has an emotional pace then like on how we like regulate our emotions. So maybe it's also that the anxious person has to like respect the parang it's like the weight or like just the silence of the avoidant person. So it's really adjustment talaga. Like one really has to compromise for the other. I think that's the only way you can like hammer through the problem, whatever it is. Whatever the problem is, that's the only way to hammer through one person is gonna have to adjust. That's why it's hard if you're opposites. Like if you really like approach things differently, then
Okay.
yeah.
Well, um, since we're talking about attachment styles, like what I do want to get into is the red flags per attachment style. For,
Shucks.
I mean, I'll explain mine
Okay.
since I'm the anxious one. You're the avoidant one. What would you say your I'm not saying you do have red flags. I'm just saying is the typical avoidance. Would you say?
Um okay, so the con, okay, in general, one con of being an avoidant, of having an avoidant attachment style is, since you don't want to address anything, since you choose to stay quiet and silent, it's like you didn't even try to like, it's like you didn't even try to like gain knowledge from the other side or the other party. So it's like, how can you know that something is real or true if you didn't even try to find out or ask or talk about it? And it leaves you overthinking like crazy, and it makes you dwell on it like crazy. You can't move on to another thing like if you don't address one problem. So parang for me, my red flag in terms of having an avoidant attachment style is I overthink unnecessarily. Like, yes, overthinking can be good sometimes, but sometimes unnecessary overthinking, like thinking way out of pocket, or like thinking or like connecting it to other things that shouldn't even be part. Like, I feel like that can get toxic also. So,
What I would say the red flags for the anxious people is unnecessarily addressing something that there hasn't or there's nothing to be addressed. Like, we are the ones who say that there is a problem even if there's not. So I would say, at least for us, the anxious ones, is even if there's nothing wrong, nobody's saying anything, we're the first ones to say that no, 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 I think there is something wrong. Even if everything is going well, we're the types to be like, everything's too well, I feel like there's something wrong.
I get
Yeah.
that.
But and
Understood.
it took a toll with a lot of my friendships, because sometimes I would be the first person to overthink about these things, and then they're the types to be like, they're not even avoidance, they're also anxious people, but for me it's extreme. It's like, oh my god, Quincy, can you stop, don't think about it. So I'm just like, I would say that would be the red flag, at least for anxious people. And especially, how do I say this, is addressing it unnecessarily. Even like, let's say if there's an actual problem, like, we're the types to be like, we address it too much,
Gets.
in a sense na we go out of our way, even if the problem's fixed, to be like, oh, we want to do something for you, do you want to eat out? It's like, no, we're good, bro. It's like, you don't have to do that. But then we're still like, nah, I feel like we gotta do this, so that we are really, really okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I get
Even if
that.
we're okay, I want to be extra
Extra
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. So that's us. Would you say you wouldn't be okay with those kinds of people?
I would be naman. Like, it's okay naman. Because my friends are like that then. And like, I'm still,
Woo!
yeah. And I'm still friends with them. So like, it's okay. It's okay. Like,
Okay.
actually, most of my friends are like that talaga. They're like anxious attachment style. And yeah, like, even though medyo opposite kami on how we like address problems and stuff, like, we still get along naman eh. Like, yeah, there's a bad side to it, but there's also like a good side to it din naman, possibly. So it's okay.
Well, speaking of attachment styles, I mean, every attachment style has a coping mechanism. So during our commercial break, she said there's 15 kinds of coping mechanism, which is going to take like 3 podcasts to explain.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess this is part one. So hopefully the next time we talk about these coping mechanisms. But what are like the main ones you can think of right now that you can talk about?
Oh, shucks. It's like, okay, so this was for our, um, we had a class in sophomore
Oh,
year
wow.
called
Let's go.
personality psychology.
Okay, love that.
That's the class where we started talking about the attachment styles, coping mechanisms. So yeah, like, most of the 15 coping mechanisms are bad. They turn out bad because, okay, with one example, parang okay, like displacement or like projection. It's like, for example, projection. You have a problem, but parang you choose to project it to another person, like your emotions towards another person, even though they're not involved, just so you don't have to deal with your own emotions. And that's like a coping mechanism because syempre, like, as long as you like avoid your emotions, edi that helps you, diba? So like that's how a person can cope. So they project it to like the wrong people, like who you're not even supposed to project it to, ganon. Yeah, there's a lot. Like I don't even memorize the list anymore, but like there's also displacement. Um but yeah, most of them are negative. Most of the 15 are negative coping
Which
mechanisms.
one's yours?
I mean, all 15 can actually apply to one person. It just depends on the situation. Like, it really depends on the situation. Like, I feel like we all have these subconscious tendencies to, like, displace or, like, project. And, like, we're not even aware that we're doing it, you know? So, it's not really, like, a match type thing with your personality. It's like any of these can apply to any person, no matter what your personality is. Like, we
Okay.
all just subconsciously do it.
Okay. What I'm interested about is, let's say first impression. You just met me now. If there was an attachment style and coping mechanisms you would think that I do personally have, well, you're psychoanalyzing me now. What would your first opinion would be?
Just first impression.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm scared. I should have asked that question. We're here now.
Actually, for like attachment style, out of the four, I would assume that you could pass as like secure attachment.
Yo, I'm so happy now. Yes, continue.
Yeah, for real. Like,
Okay.
like if I didn't know you, I wouldn't. If I didn't know you, then I wouldn't think that you're anxious.
Let's say the first Tanadi shoot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would assume from the Tanadi shoot, like, okay, he could pass as secure attachment style.
Why would you say so?
Mm,
Because first impression says a lot. So that's why
yeah,
it's
that's
something.
true. Um, I think it's just like the parang the aura or the vibe that you brought to that Tanadi shoot. Na you weren't like super quiet. You were like making normal conversation with everyone, even though you met some of us for the first time lang that day. But you also weren't like jittery. You know, like you can sense when someone's jittery. Like from the first time you meet them, they're like jittery, anxious ish. Like you can just. I don't know. Maybe that's a gift of mine. I can read
Oh,
body language
really?
well. I
Okay.
can read body language well. Like, even, you know, like, actions speak louder than words type, ganon. Like, I can read a person's body language. So, yeah, like, I can tell when someone's, like lax lang, or calm, or, like, if they're medyo tense. I can kind of
Yeah.
read yeah, so I got very, like, calm, peaceful, like, happy vibes from you the first time we met nung Tanadi shoot. So yeah, I would assume na okay, you might be secure attachment. Like you seem like you can make easy connections with like any person you meet. And maybe that's how you are then with your friends and your family. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glazing myself right now. But I'd agree with you about the whole easy connections thing. Like it's so easy for me to connect with people as an extrovert. Like I love connecting with people. It's something that gives me peace when I connect with people. But I think that's where the anxiety part comes into play. This is the expectation of how I should be towards people, so that when I don't connect with someone, I feel so anxious. Like, oh, they probably hate me. Oh, they probably don't like me. Oh, they probably hate my guts. Something like that. So I would say it's a gift and a curse. Like being connected with someone when you're not used to it. It's something that I hate so much. I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of you're trying your best to connect with someone, but like they just don't vibe with you. Well, as a people pleaser,
I get
that's
you.
something I'm trying to work on. But yeah.
I get you. As a people pleaser myself too. Yeah, understood on that, like on another level. But yeah, in terms of the attachment styles, kasi I actually feel like a person can be or have two different attachment
Okay, interesting.
styles at once. Because okay, like look at it as like a diagram, diba? Like all four. Like there are different traits. There are
Okay.
different sorry, not Venn diagram, just a diagram.
Okay, okay. Sorry. I was thinking in my
My
head
bad,
at
my
the
bad.
yeah.
My bad. But yeah, like just a normal diagram. Like literally a table lang. So four, diba? Four attachment styles. Each one has like different traits. Different like its own like specific characteristics.
Yeah.
Like I feel like a person can possess characteristics from two different attachment styles.
Okay.
Like a person can literally have traits from like the secure attachment style, but they can also have traits from the anxious attachment style. So I'm not a believer in a person just has one specific attachment style. I feel like it can kind of like combine
Combine.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just handle problems or things like differently depending on the situation. So it's like you choose, parang your mind subconsciously chooses which attachment style, approach, or trait you're
Yeah.
gonna use to address something. So yeah, I really think a person can have two different styles.
You know what? I think I would say I would agree to you on that. And at the same time, if I were to say what was my first impression of seeing you, it's secured, but I kind of sense the avoidance.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
but not because there's a problem.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
just more of like, all right, when I have a conversation with this person, that gives me a sign that right after the conversation, okay, I should continue with my work because I feel like she needs her alone time. I can give off that vibe.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So especially the first time you went into that door, I was like, because I'm very. If you're into body language, I'm very into. I get an impression by the first word they say
first word.
or first phrase that they say
Oh,
or the way
okay.
how they say it.
Interesting. Interesting.
It's like there's a difference between saying, "Hey, what's up?" to "Hey, what's up?" to "Hey, what's up?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Depends on the tone.
Depends on the tone. Like I'm very like every time I would hear someone, I know for a fact that I would end up liking them or not.
Okay.
So it's
Makes
like
sense.
the first time you went in and then you were excited to see everyone. I was like, vibes, and then started being quiet. Oh, vibes.
Different vibes.
Yeah, okay, vibes. All right. So yeah, let me continue with the shoot. So that was my first impression of you. Is that this girl is like it's a very if we're talking about attachment styles, very secured person. Like she's easy to connect with someone. But don't fuck with her. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the vibe.
Yeah.
Especially I remember, I don't know if you remember, but you were in contact with your sister about salad stop. Like getting
Yes.
salad stop. And the
Yes.
way how you were having a conversation is like, oh shit, yeah, you don't fuck with her. I was like, all right, I see what you mean
Yes,
now.
I remember that she asked me to buy her salad stop for dinner.
Yeah.
So
Is
that's
this a
why I
little
had to
sister?
leave early. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Because there was no more food at home at that time. So she was making pabiles. She knew I was already in the mall. So yeah.
I still remember that. But yeah, since we're talking about attachment styles, coping mechanisms, I would love to ask you, was there ever a time wherein you had the how do I say this? You had like what was the person's attachment style that you had the biggest problem with? Okay, they could be anxious, they could be but okay, outside of the attachment style, what were some coping mechanisms that you couldn't handle to the point that you had to be like, okay, this is not gonna work for us? Can you think of anyone from when you were young or what?
Um, um, this is kind of tough because actually, like, some of my best friends are actually like anxious attachment
Yeah,
style,
as you mentioned.
but also the ones that I've had biggest conflict with were also anxious attachment style. So it's like both ends. Both ends are anxious attachment style. I think yeah, because it also drains. Okay, like speaking lang in terms of me lang. Yeah, it drained my energy a lot when they were like parang having to address or speak up about everything. Parang for me, most of the time it was unnecessary na kasi, and like it really drained me a lot. Like yeah, I'm here. I'm all here for like being supportive, being there for my friends anytime, anywhere. Like they can count on me anytime. But then at one point, it's like if it's like too much, tapos it doesn't help either of us, or it doesn't help the friendship, then for me, my mindset is, what's the point then? So yeah, I feel like the people I've had the biggest conflicts with, or like I've distanced from, yeah, they were anxious attachment style. Um,
What's the one specific example, like
um,
from an experience?
um, cause for me, yun nga, so I really enjoy like being alone physically, or kahit like I'm like thinking lang to myself, like I'm like sitting in my own thoughts. So parang I've had one friend who would just like who would like dump all her problems on me. I don't have a problem with that, but just the way she approached things, and like how she how she had to kind of overanalyze everything. Parang it drained me, because I kept telling her off, like, there's no need for that, there's no need for that. And I got tired of like repeating the same advice for her over and over again. And obviously, like, that can't change naman overnight, which I get. But also, parang there was no progress at all with like the excessive over analysis.
Analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing big or dramatic happened. It was just like a natural drift that we didn't really like see the world the same way anymore. Na parang we had different views na talaga on how we approach things. I really
Yeah.
got drained from that mentally, because it's tiring lang then when you give a person the same advice over and over, tapos they don't listen. So like that was the problem in our case. Like I was really trying my best to help her out. See, I really don't have a problem with being there for my friends anytime. Kahit na like 3 a.m. pa yan, like if they call me and they have a problem, like go lang, sige lang. But if it's like something I've heard maybe more than 10 times, and it's like nothing's happening, like nothing's progressing, like we're back at square zero. like
Yeah.
like I got drained from that. And yun nga, as I said earlier, nothing bad or dramatic happened. We just had a natural drift na from that. But yeah, we were like really close before. We were like really good friends for a long time, for years, like since we were young pa. But yun nga, I guess like everyone changes talaga over time, and it's just a matter of how you decide to like treat them or approach them, or if you still like respect the way they see life. Then yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the question at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. Since we're talking about compromise with the way how you deal with things, especially the whole drifting apart, now let's talk about relationships and compromisation in your relationships. Because I'm pretty sure that's what you guys are into,
The
the relationship
relationships.
part. Um, in terms of like the attachment styles to the, I mean, you've went on dates, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. What attachment styles has worked for you, or not even just attachment styles? What were the type of dudes? I don't know if they call that in psychology. That at least have worked the closest so far in terms of compromising towards a better relationship. And what were the okay? Let's answer that first. And what were the ones who were the worst?
Um okay, personally for me,
The amount of guys that are watching this. What does Trixie like? You get to know guys, I guess. Okay.
leaving the hints.
Yeah, there you go.
Kidding. um for me, I'm someone na okay, since I'm avoidant nga, I like keeping quiet and I stay silent a lot. Um in terms of like guys or relationships, I'm usually the one who likes waiting for like something to happen. So I don't like initiating in general. Like I don't want to be the first to ask something, to say something, or whatever. Like whatever it is, I don't want to be the first one. Like I
Oh
really don't
shit.
want to be the first one.
Okay.
Like I hate initiating because
Mm.
it's like, okay, what if I initiate? What if my question doesn't get answered? What if the energy doesn't get reciprocated? Like it's gonna hurt my ego. It's gonna make me feel so bad. So that's why I just wait. So
Oh.
I usually wait for them to ask, or like for example, like in dates, for me, I like it when they're the more talkative ones and they're the ones like
Yeah.
gunning me with questions, you know. I don't want to be the one who's like
Yeah.
gunning more. Okay, maybe there has to be a balance, yeah, but I would say maybe better if it's like 60-40 or like 70-30, you know.
Mm.
Like
Interesting.
a little like balance, but a little more energy from their end.
Oh. What? Okay, since you mentioned that, like, let's say if it was the other way around, those usually turn out bad for you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's
So you
why.
wouldn't date mysterious ones.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, sorry for the mysterious ones out there.
Um, okay, now connecting this to like being introverted and
Okay,
extroverted.
okay, all right.
Like, I don't, oh my gosh, I don't know. Okay, I don't believe in opposites attract
Fair, fair.
because
Okay.
personally, I like it when the guy is like exactly like me or similar, at least similar with me in terms of like, okay, I'm super extroverted. I'm definitely more extroverted than introverted. I'm an ENFJ. So
ESTP.
yeah, so since I'm an ENFJ, yeah, like I like it when the guys are also like extroverted and equally as talkative and as loud as me and as like bubbly and energetic. That's why I don't believe in opposites attract, because I don't really vibe with guys who are like more on the quiet side or introverted side.
Mm,
So that's why I think the similars attract. Because just from personal experience, yeah. Like I like it when they're like really like initiating talaga. Like what I said earlier, like I'm not the initiator. Like yes, I'll reciprocate the energy and I'll be talkative too, but basta I won't be the one to start it.
okay.
As an avoidant.
This is dating 101 Trixie. Like how to date Trixie right now. But the reason why I'm asking those questions is because I'll be honest with you, I haven't been on a date. Holy shit. 2 years? Oh my
Oh,
god.
interesting.
Yeah. No, I think because it's because one, this is where the secure part comes in, is that I know what I want, but at the same time it's scary knowing if I've met the one that I actually want. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's for me, if I were to be able, like if I were to meet someone that is exactly someone that I actually like, I get scared. Because what if it's too good to be true?
Mm.
Yeah. What can you say about those kinds of people? Or dudes like that? Or even girls?
I mean, yeah, I've encountered a few already wherein I've had that same mindset, like, oh, this is too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Yun nga, and then I start like overthinking. I start
Yeah.
overthinking, like, how come it's all pros and green flags and there are no cons and red flags? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's so
Mm-hmm.
impossible. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, like this is gonna sound really bad, but I'm like, wala bang like mali sa kanila? Like, there's really like not a single red flag with
Di ka ba
them.
tanga?
Yeah, like you really start overthinking like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's the toxic side of it. But yeah, I've already experienced that. And low key, like I was right most of the time. Like it was too good to be true. Parang
Mm-hmm.
like the red flags only get revealed after some time. Like
Mm-hmm.
time really, it was just time that revealed all the cons, all the red
Mm.
flags.
Which leads me to a question.
Mm.
Would you rather see the red flag first or the good side first?
That's hard. That's hard. That's tough.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I'd rather see the red flag first. Because for me, like, as soon as I see the red flag, I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with it anymore. Like I don't wanna like, parang it's like, like enter at your own risk. Like, if I see the red flag or the risk, it's like, why will I still like get involved or like put myself in this dangerous position na I'll get attached, and then I get hurt in the end because I gave them the benefit of the doubt, that there was still like a good side to them. So it's like I'd rather see the red flag first, because like as soon as I see the X, like that's it. It's like,
Really? Is it
yeah.
easier for you to forget someone as soon as you, even it's just a small ick? Is that how avoidant you are? God damn.
No naman. No
Oh.
naman. Because, okay, also, I'm a person who gives the benefit of the doubt easily. And, okay, just speaking from college experience, just the past 4 years of being in college, like, most of the time, after giving someone the benefit of the doubt, I'm the one pa who gets hurt in the end, because I'm like, shucks, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was right since the start. Like, I should have like let go of it, or the person, like, way earlier before I got attached. So, like, mistakes have been made and lessons have been learned. But I'm not super avoidant naman. But yeah, it's just like I'm scared na, like, in terms of the future. Like, oh no, what if I get attached? What if I give the benefit of the doubt again and then I get attached again? Just because of the mindset na, okay, despite this person's red flags, like, maybe the green flags will outweigh more. But 90% of the time, like, my initial gut instincts or my initial predictions come true, that there were red flags in them. I shouldn't have been colorblind, like, should have listened to myself since the start. But yeah, I'd rather see the red flag first. Because I
Okay.
really hate the feeling when it's like, oh wow, I already saw this person as someone so good for me and for my life. Tapos parang once you see the red flags super late, like towards the end of the friendship or relationship or whatever it is, it's like, sayang, like, it's hard not to tell, like, was everything real or was it not? Like, were the good parts, what if like the good parts were just fake, and that all led to the revelation of the red flags. So it makes you overthink also either way, like, oh no, like, was it real, was it not?
Now I see the avoidance. I see it now.
It's coming
It's
out.
coming out. Okay. Yeah, anyways, going back, do you call this, since we've talked about this whole aspect of like what worked for you, what worked for me, what didn't work for you, what didn't work for me. Now, let's say, what do you call this? Since during the break she mentioned also that, people go to her for relationship advice. Um since I okay, now this time it's me.
Okay.
Okay. What would you say towards a person, let's say for me, who hasn't been in a relationship for like, damn, how long has it been? 8 years. I haven't been in a relationship for 8 years. And as a person who, I mean, I'm always open to like go on dates and stuff. But what is something, if you would hear that a person hasn't been on dates for the longest time, what would your advice be as someone who is very into relationship advices?
Okay, I wouldn't say naman rush into anything or start hunting, because my friends and I used to make that joke before. We were like,
Yeah.
when we were like in our peak single era, we were like, guys, hunting tayo, as a joke.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't say do that. I would just say, yeah, no, don't rush. But also, if you wanna try, like, making efforts, or like, just like putting yourself out there, I feel like everything good starts from like a solid friendship, like, foundation. So I would say just keep expanding your social circles, like, make as many friends as you can, because I feel like, okay, it sounds so cliche, but the best ones who come, like, are the unexpected ones. So I feel like, also based on personal experience, parang like I felt happier with the people na I wasn't expecting to be with. So I think like if you put yourself out there, if you try expanding social circles more, parang just like get being like introduced to people, but not to expect anything like romantic or non-platonic, like just start off lang as friends, ganon. Like I feel like that's already a good start to anything. Like most of my like relationships in the past really started off as like being friends lang muna, like without the flirting side yet, without
Yeah.
the non-platonic side yet. Those were the stronger ones, the ones that lasted longer, the ones that
Okay.
started off as friends muna.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I got you, boys. I'm gonna ask another question. Since you've mentioned about starting off as friends, what is how do you now balance friendship towards being in a relationship so that they make sure they're not in the friend zone?
Ooh. Ooh.
Because like I understand where people are coming from when they say, "Oh, it's good to be friends first." Yeah, but the point is that what if you're too much of friends that you end up being in the friend zone? Like, what's the middle ground for you to at least, even if you're friends, you still show interest.
Mm.
Say for you, Trixie, what would work for you? Like you mentioned that you want to be like friends first,
Yeah.
but how with these guys, how are they able to balance the whole friendship part if they do want to pursue you?
Um.
I told you guys, I got you guys.
Shucks. Medyo mahirap to No,
Yeah.
pero I think I think here consistency is key. So for example,
Okay.
for me, if I see consistent effort coming from a guy, and even though I don't ask for it, but it just keeps coming, naman na they want it. Like they want something to like flourish, or like they want something more to happen. Parang they really won't give up on you talaga. Like they'll keep asking about your life or your schedule or your family and friends. I like it when they ask about my family and friends because they mean a lot to me. So the fact that they care about like the people who mean a lot to me, that's like a green flag, diba? So like, as long as they're consistent with like, making moves or like asking you out, even though okay, most girls are pakipot, they like the chase. So even though girls don't give direct answers right away, but like guys still keep trying. Girls like it when guys like are very consistent with asking or like making moves or like giving gifts or anything like that. Like the girl won't the girl the girl will fold. The girl will fold if the guy shows consistent effort. So yeah, I think consistency is key because as soon as a girl sees that a guy stops showing effort, wala na, like they'll give up na. Like mentally, emotionally, they'll move on. Like it's thank you next.
Wow.
So yeah,
You girls are very interesting.
I think that's not just me. I think that's like speaking from a girl. Like that's most girls in general. Like we like consistent effort. Once the streak breaks or stops, once the streak ends, wala na, it's game over for the
Okay.
guy. I'm sorry, but it's
Okay.
like you're not wasting. You're like parang you wasted my time if you were just like being impatient, like talking to a guy. Like if you were like impatient, you didn't want to wait. Um, maybe the intentions weren't so good, then it's a waste of my time. I'm moving on. Thank you, next. Like I think that's what most girls think. That's what I think. I really think consistency is key talaga. And then once you see the consistency like growing or like continuing, parang that's when you can read na like the line between platonic and non-platonic. Because also I have a standard for like comparing guys to my like childhood guy friends who I'm super like platonic with. I'm like, okay, like for example, my guy best friends from like grade 1. Like they're my standard kasi. if a guy acts on me and it's not something that my platonic guy best friends would do, I'm like, okay, wait, maybe they're like trying to go for something romantic, you know? Like that's how I compare them. Like I have a standard because I with my other guy friends. So yeah, but yeah, I would say I'm good then at reading like I'm good at reading the line. If I'm good with reading body language, I'm also good with reading the line between platonic and non-platonic. For me, I don't know, it's something easy to tell for me. Like I can just tell like when parang, you know, the intentions are starting to become more clear, you know, like that's when I'm like, okay, I don't think this is just like friendly. Um but yeah, like sometimes I see TikToks and I'm like, wait, these are so timely because I saw a TikTok recently and it was like, um, when something is too good to be, it's too good to be like more than friends, but also if you remain friends, parang there's also that like blur in like your relationship or your connection. It's like if you remain friends, you don't know what how you guys will like, you know, like treat each other or approach
Yeah.
each other. But if you become more than friends, if you become non-platonic or romantic, it might be like too good to be true also because you know them already as a person. You know like their green flags, their red flags. You already have like a solid foundation or like basis
Yeah.
for like of like how you perceive them. So yeah, I saw that TikTok and I was like, oh shucks, like kind of relate with this one.
Okay.
But yeah, going back to like everything I said at the start, like I really think consistency is key talaga. Like that's a girl's basis for like for like
You
telling.
know what the guy's basis is?
What is it?
The fact that you mentioned that you are able to read the line, we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like that's why I asked that question is because it's hard for us to read the line. Like, what's the line between us being romantic and not romantic, or you girls seeing us as romantic or not as romantic, or just platonic? Like, it's hard for us to read that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's valid because my guy friends also get confused a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get confused. They're like, why are girls so confusing? I'm like, why are guys so confusing? I think
Yeah.
we just say that about like the other gender.
Yeah. Like, is there anything you want to ask about in the guy's perspective, naman? Since you were mentioning about guy's
Oh yeah.
perspective. Oh God, I gotta be ready. I haven't been on a date in a while, so I hope I'm saying the right things.
Um Shucks. I feel like I do have a question. It's just like not formulating in my head. But um for now, how do you think that guys are like just generally impatient na parang when girls don't reciprocate the same energy anymore, they give up kagad tas they move on to another girl so quickly because they're really impatient and they see like approaching girls as like something that has to like I don't know how to word it, but like something to keep them going. Like it's like a parang marathon for them na parang it's what keeps them like up and alive, like, you know, it gives them some sort of adrenaline that, you know, like girls giving guys attention, it boosts their ego, obviously. But when a girl doesn't reciprocate energy, they move on so quickly to the next girl. Like, do you think it's just because they're impatient or like they're like actually serious? But like, if they know they can't get that with a girl, if they can't read signs from a girl, then that's when they don't want to try delving into it na parang they just move on kaagad. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna expose guys. No, no, no. But my first question is, who are the guys that you're meeting? Because for me, at least personally, it depends. Um, if I don't see signs of any signs from the girl that I'm talking to that she likes me, yes, I would do my best to move on. But personally, especially how much I like the girl, it's so hard for me to look for someone else. That's me personally, because it's rare for me to like someone, so it's also rare for me to look for someone else. But I do know what you mean about, because I also have guy friends that mention these things, that kung ayaw niya, di sige, sa iba na lang ako. Like, I do know where they're coming from, because it's more of like they have to fill in something that, is not being reciprocated.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna look for it for from someone else. But I would say maybe I'd be like that if I was like, what, 21, 22. But now I'm 26, age reveal. I think it's different for me now, because one, I don't want to waste time. So for me to look for it from someone else, just because the girl that I actually like didn't give it back to me, that's just a waste of time. It's just like I'm wasting my energy at that point. Especially if I'm only looking for just one little thing from another girl.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. So
So
you think it depends on like the degree of how much the guy likes the girl.
yeah. So let's say, for example, 99% of that girl is what I like, but that 1% is like she doesn't just reciprocate back or tell me how she feels. And if I'm just gonna look for that 1% to someone else, that's a waste of percentage.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just me, though. That's personally me.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Okay, I kind of agree with it now. Like I see that. Like it's
But
valid.
that's why I asked, what kind of guys are you meeting? Because again, maybe you've met those guys. Like what I said, if I was in my early 20s, then I'd understand, because that's my mindset back then. Because my mindset back then is, oh, let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Like, let's explore.
Yeah.
Now I'm at that stage where I can, where I can still explore, but also at the same time, it's more of like I also don't want to waste my time.
Gets.
So I want to be sure already to who I'm gonna choose, even if it's gonna take me a while.
Yeah, gets.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, so since you asked, yeah, I think like the guys I've been meeting are still in their like explore era, like medyo not naman super unserious, but like like YOLO, live, laugh, love era. So I feel like that's why something has to keep them like up and running every day, like they have to always fill in that void, whatever it is. So if they don't get it from a person, or like specifically a girl, if they don't get it from a girl, if they don't get the energy back, then they see it as a waste of their time, and then they move on to the next one
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah, I think it's just my generation, or like my age bracket of boys who are like that.
That's completely fine though. But the way how I'm having a conversation with you is very mature about, the attachment styles,
The
the whole
attachment
emotions,
styles.
and the whole dating part. So if anything, it for me, yes, it depends on age, but it also depends on the mindset, regardless of your age.
Yeah.
So
I don't I actually I never matched age with maturity. Like I really don't think that your age defines your maturity. I think your experiences define your maturity. Like I've met a 19-year-old boy who's way more mature than a 21-year-old boy. Like it's really not a problem of age. Like it's really like that person's experiences and like how they've learned from it, and then how they'll approach people after those experiences. Like I think that's what makes you mature. It's really not an age thing. So yeah, like maybe you're right. It's really not just, even though the people I've been meeting are just pura my age bracket, like between like 20 to 23 year olds. Like since obviously everyone's experiences vary,
yeah.
then yeah, I've been meeting a bunch of like very diverse guys, and like minsan nga the green flag is the younger one pa than the older one. So yeah.
Like I would rather want to have, like, I would want to have this conversation, especially recorded like a longer period of time. But of course, guys, in every podcast, there's a time limit. It's not like you guys are gonna watch like a 5 hour conversation. But yeah, before anything else, like, is there something you want to say to the audience about anything when it comes to like relationships, attachment
Relationships.
styles, um, or like coping mechanisms, or anything? Like you could give as an advice or suggestion to people of what they should do, and etc.
kasi feel ko marami yan. I could give so much advice right now, but siguro at the top of my head, like, if I had to keep it short, I would just say don't change yourself for anyone. Like, no matter how much you love a person or no matter how close you are with a person, I think you should prioritize your own self and your own feelings first before theirs. So don't change your personality for anyone. Since we were talking about attachment styles earlier, don't change your attachment style for another person. Just be yourself, and like, I think everything will work out in the end as long as you stay true to yourself. And there's also so much peace in knowing that you will never miss out on what is meant for you. Like, if I'm worried about something, but at the back of my head, I know naman na I'm not gonna miss out on what's meant for me. Like, that a part of me is a believer in like destiny and fate. Like, whatever happens to me is what's meant for me. That was part of the plan. So, yeah, like, there's so much peace in knowing that you'll never miss out on what's meant for you. So, as long as you stay true to yourself, then that should already give you a lot of peace. So, everything will follow after that in terms of relationships, um, career, having a family. It's a domino effect. It's all gonna follow after you being true to yourself. So as long as you don't change for anyone, you should be good.
Clip that. That's gonna be my trailer. Yeah, Trixie, thank you so much for
Of
this, for
course.
giving your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. If anything, I would love to have a part 2, even a part 3 or a part 4. Depends.
This could go on
This should go
for
on.
like hours.
Like relationships, alam mo kayo guys, pagdating sa relationships, ang bilis niyong kausap. Pagdating naman sa mga ibang things about life, it's like, it's boring. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll give you guys what you want, I guess. But it's actually something that I want, to be honest. So,
Yeah. Very interesting topic.
yep. Yeah, thank you, Trixie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Now, that being said, guys, we talked about relationships. We talked about the psychology behind it when it comes to the personalities of people. So I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a part 2, if anything.
For sure.
The deep, darkest side of those things, I guess.
The psychological side and the philosophical
the
side.
philosophical side. So, yeah. With that being said, guys, this is Quincy, and this is Trixie.
Peace out.
Peace out. And this is the Characters with Quincy. Bye, guys.
Adios.